Welcome back, I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today we are playing Sultai Mill in Ranked Brothers War Standard. This deck is built around one of the new cards from Brothers War, Titania, Voice of Gaia, a 3-mana 3/4 legendary creature with reach. Whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 or more land cards in your graveyard, and you both own and control Titania, as well as a land named Argyle Sanctum of Nature, then you exile them and meld them into Titania Gaia Incarnate, a legendary creature with Vigilance, Reach, Trample, and Haste. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, and since when it enters the battlefield, you return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, it's going to be around an 8/8 at least. If you have 4 mana, 4 lands on the battlefield, and you get the 4 that were in the graveyard already, that's an 8/8. You can also pay 4 and put 4+1/+1 counters on a land, make it a creature, blah, blah, blah. Pretty powerful. So in order to facilitate this, we are running a self-mill strategy because we want to put our own lands into our own graveyard to flip or meld Titania. So we're running Old Rutstein, a 3-mana 1/4 that mills a card at the beginning of each upkeep, and you get various bonuses along the way. We're running Slogurk, which, similar to Titania, benefits from putting lands into the graveyard. It has Trample. It's a 3/3. Whenever a land is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on it. You can also remove 3 counters, return Slogurk to the hand, and when Slogurk leaves the battlefield, you can return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. This is better than it looks because, sure, it helps you hit your land draws, but also there are a lot of useful lands in the deck, right? Bosiju, Argoth, Takanuma, and Odawara. If you can return those to the hand and replay them, that actually is a lot more value than it looks like on the surface. We're also running the Undead Butler, just a 2-mana 1/2 when it enters the battlefield. You mill 3 cards, and when it dies, you can get a creature back, like a valuable Shouldered, for example, to keep stabilizing the board. We also have Ludovic Necrogenus, a 2-mana 2/3 when it enters the battlefield or attacks, mill a card, and Urborg Lurgoyf, a 2-mana creature. When it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards, helps the strategy, and its power is equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is that +1. You can also kick it for a blue or kick it for a black to mill extra cards. So all these cards are very synergistic with this Titania strategy. We're also running a couple cards just to kind of fill the gap here. We're running 2 Flesh Gorgers. I didn't feel the need to run 4 copies of each of these legendary creatures, so I fit in 2 Flesh Gorgers for the rest of the 3-drop slot. And again, since we are running a high density of lands and also the ability to get lands onto the battlefield, you can sometimes just play this as your top end as a 7-mana, 7/5 Menace Lifelink Ward. Pretty good. Shoulder ties the gap really well. This tends to be kind of a grindy game because you're pumping out, blockers or tokens with the Rutstein to stall for a bit while you pull off your combo. Slogurk gets steadily bigger. You get some value of things returning from the graveyard. So it's a pretty grindy type of deck, and Shoulder does fit well into that. And then Renin 7 on top. This is kind of weird because it very much fits with the theme, but doesn't actually fit with the strategy because you're putting lands into your hand where you can then play them. You're not putting them into the graveyard, so it doesn't feel to Titania. But when you do put the lands into the graveyard, any creatures that were seen via that effect go straight to the graveyard. So that actually does help the Urborg get a little bit bigger, and also milling the underdogs into the graveyard is quite good, as this is a very strong card when it is in the graveyard. The only tweak I would make to what I have here today is I'd probably lean more heavily on these legendary lands like Odawara, Takanuma, and Bosiju. I definitely underestimated the power of Slogurk returning these to your hand. And since you have so many legendary creatures in the deck, right? Ludovic, Slogurk, Old Rutstein, Titania, and Shoulder, these get extremely cheap. So if you can return these lands from the graveyard to your hand and cast them all back again, that is quite a big power boost to the deck, which I did underestimate. Also, don't forget, Argoth does have the second ability. You can pay for and tap it to create a 2/2 bear creature token. Not that impressive, but you also get to mill 3 cards. Could be used to finish off the opponent or just keep milling cards into the graveyard and fuel your strategy. So that's the deck. Enjoy the gameplay. Let's dive right in. On the play, but no black mana. I think sadly we have to mull this. Otherwise, it's a great hand. Okay, better mana, no blue. Probably put back Slogurk for that reason. Sure, okay. All right, we'll make it work. Opponent on mono white. Takanuma. Yeah, binning cards, I guess, is fine. We'll go Butler here. Mill 2 creatures and a land. Actually, Boros. Boros Selfless Samurai, 2-mana 2/2. Whenever it attacks alone, or any of them attack alone, lifelink until end of turn, sack it, another creature gains indestructible. Okay. The indestructible part is pretty relevant. No attacks, we'll just drop Titania here. Okay. Third land. Just have to remember this indestructible effect. I don't see this card very often. Alambach Escort. Okay. Sack it. Creature with +1/+1 gets indestructible. They really want to give something indestructible. That's what I'm gathering. But now we just drop a Shoulder and sit pretty for a while. Make them have removal in Boros, and even if they do, we have the backup Shouldered anyway. I don't even know if we attack with Titania. I think we should just kind of sit here for a while. Make them deal with everything. Down to 18. The race begins. Angel Fire Ignition. Should have seen that coming. All right. Well, we got some stuff to deal with now. Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste. Probably just go no blocks here. With the Trample, we could chump, but probably not worth it. Take 6 Lifelink damage. Well, we'd love some instant speed interaction. Oh, we get it. We can run that back next turn. All right, so we'll go Underdog this turn. The problem is, you do this at instant speed, they just give it Indestructible off one of these other cards. So is there any way to play around it? They have 2 Indestructible effects. So if we attack, like with Shouldered, for example, and they block, and then we pick it off, then they give it Indestructible. None of these are really good. We're just going to end here. And we'll attempt an Infernal Grasp on their turn, but you can use either the Escort or the Samurai to give it Indestructible. So they got a little combo here. It doesn't really get any better. We go for it now, but they just give it Indestructible via either of their 2 effects. Yep. So swinging for 10 now. If we chump Lucky, we get a creature back, actually. So maybe we do this. Get back an Urborg, at least have another blocker at some point. That's fine with me. We save 2 points of damage. And we can return a creature now. Take action. Go ahead and get back a blocker. We might need it. Can also mill some things with it. And down to 6 we go. Let's hope they don't run back Angel Fire Ignition again. Maybe we start with the Slowgurk. Who are we going to chump block? We chump block with the Underdog this turn. That's fine. Okay, so Slowgurk first. Urborg next turn. Again, no attacks. And let's just hope they don't have more Angel Fire Ignition. We don't have a great answer through the Samurai so far. They kill the Underdog. That's okay. Attack with 5/5 Double Strike. So we're definitely chumping here. I think we're going to block with Titania and try to get a big enough Slowgurk. Double Striker, okay. Another Escort, very annoying. Okay, we hit some land. Play out some land. And we'll kick you. Kick, kick. Mill a bunch of cards. Okay, we get 2 counters here. We do have a 6/5. No attacks. We could almost get him with the Shouldered. Because, we don't really want to trade it off with anything. Alright, we'll take the block with the Urborg. And they can give it Indestructible. And we're starting to run out of things. We might have to start chumping with Shouldered. Yep, Indestructible, there it is. Escort. Lands ain't it. If we attack with Shoulder, they shouldn't block. Which means we either do Underdog or nothing this turn. I think we have to take the Underdog here. And chump with Slowgurk. Yeah, we need to draw into some answers. Something. No attacks, leave all our blockers back. Okay. If we can bin one more land, the Slowgurk can block and then bounce, I guess, right? Yeah, I think this time Shoulder goes into the bus. We have the backup anyway. Another double striker. We're so close to dead. Go Titania Rutstein this turn. Okay. Titania Rutstein it is. Bennett card is not a land. We do get a blocker, though. That's pretty good. All right, Rutstein can pump out blockers. So we're just waiting for them to draw the next Angel Fire Ignition. But until they do, we actually do have a stream of blockers here for a while. Revelation of Power, give it flying. Okay. 7/7. Oh, we have reach, actually. Thank goodness. All right. That was the one we wanted to trade off anyway. When it reads the card, they're like, damn, it has reach. Jeez. Okay. Great. When it says, oops, yeah, well, you're still in a pretty good position here. Bin a Slogurk, make a creature. Play a land, play a Sholdred. Okay, we're technically still in the game. Opponent has lots of win cons, though. At some point we can start attacking with the 5/5, but I don't want to lose it yet. They give the Virtuoso what? What does this card do? Hexproof and Indestructible. All they want is the Connive, I think. If they're trying to hunt for an answer here. One to the top. That's not great. Okay, so I guess they think they're going to win next turn. Either another flyer or a... Okay, easy chump. Bin a creature, make another blocker. Play the underdog. Swing in with you. Is it time to send the Slogurk in? Maybe it's time to start attacking. We're pretty happy if they trade off any resources. Okay, they, easy. First strike goes there. Get the draw anyway. Flesh Corger's good. Lifelink is really good. Okay. We could survive one more turn. That's actually valuable. I think we wait to play it out as a more expensive card. And I think we take the 2 here. They're going to win. They're going to win. Take another draw. All right. I mean, they scry to the top, so they might just have lethal here. But if not, a 7/5 lifelinker could be pretty relevant. Angel Fire Ignition on the Virtuoso, though. That's pretty weird, right? Why not put it on the Lizard Blades? 3/3 Double Striker. Okay, so you're obviously an easy chump. I mean, we could even just take this, but we're happy to chump this as well. We could also just throw Shouldered under the bus. No reason to do that. We could throw Slogurk under the bus. Do we really care about Slogurk at this point? Oh, he's already tapped. Okay. All right. Well, we'll take 5 damage off the Double Strike Trample. Not sure why they didn't put it just put it on the Lizard Blades. I think that would have been more devastating. Blood Token. Start with a cycle. Drop off a Pain Land. Slogurk can now block pretty well. Bosichu threatens to pick off the artifact, which is interesting. They have to burn one of these to make it indestructible. I think we'd just be mana efficient. Drop the lifelinker. Okay, and we can Bosiege on their turn, I suppose. Leave all our blockers back for this turn. Angel Fire Ignition there. Okay. Okay. I think we block here. They sack one creature. And we still can return it to hand. We're swinging for 10 this time. I like the old Rutstein strategy. We can either do no blocks or throw Shoulder under there. If we go no block, take 10. I think I'd rather do that. Drop to 3. So let's try to block here. Pass to first strike damage. Okay. They just want to lose the Lizard Blades. They sack the Escort. In response, we try to pick off the artifact creature. Give it hexproof and indestructible, and we just bounce the Slogurk so it survives anyway. We get the Bosiju back. Let's freaking go. Okay. That's a card right there. One to the bottom. That's good. Down to 3. Bin a card. Okay. Well, we want to run back Bosiju. We can also bounce the Virtuoso, which is pretty good. Take all the counters off. I like that a lot. We'll play out Argoth this turn. We should have enough mana to do everything. Ludovic can mill one. And we should be able to play out the underdog here and still do everything else we want to do. Autopay looks fine. No point in not attacking. And no one else really gets in there right now. If we bounce the Virtuoso right now, we actually get to attack with the Flesh Gorger, which we want to do, and block with the Ludovic. We can also get him with Shouldered, actually. Okay. Let's bounce you. Okay, they eat the damage. We actually freaking turn the corner here. Is it enough? We just to threaten Bosiju on the Lizard Blades. Take the draw. Another land. Okay. We could cycle the coast at some point. I think we're... Do we have green? We still have green open. They scoop! Oh my goodness. What a slugfest. Goodness gracious. Whew. Alright, we can keep this. We have a curve. We got all our mana. It's not too bad. Okay. Start with the tap land here. Go Underground River on 2. Play out Ludovic. Okay. Jesse Thurman on Grixis. And they play out the Harvester immediately. Ooh, Shouldered. That'll be nice at some point. Let's just drop the Ludovic here. At least get our mill out of the deal. Take one off the Pain Land. Mill Titania, okay. They decide to remove it immediately. That's okay. We don't really care too much about that card. Also puts another creature for the Urborg, which isn't bad. Underground River, sure. What do we want to do this turn? Probably get Old Rutstein down. Flesh Gorger isn't bad. Also survives the Harvester minus. I don't mind getting the Old Rutstein down every turn, though. So if that's the case, we'll go like this. And let's just get our mill. Keep the mill train going. Alright, it does land. They hesitate there for a little bit. Mill is Shouldered, create a 1/1. Okay. Corpse Appraiser. Start picking cards out of the graveyard. I don't like that. There goes a Shouldered. They haven't played their 4th land this turn yet. Let's see if they took it off the top here. Okay, they missed their land for the turn. That's pretty good for us. Well, I'm not too unhappy just dropping Shouldered and sitting pretty. Let's make them deal with it. Especially stuck on land. Okay, here comes Shelly. No attacks. Until they play out Fable, we don't really have any issues yet. Take the draw, down 2. It means it didn't already have an instant in hand. So I think Shouldered's going to live this turn. They play their own Shouldered. Okay. Kill another creature, create another 1/1. Hit more land. We might play the Flesh Gorger as a 7-mana card. This might be a good Urborg turn. Urborg. Could also get Titania going. That helps us on the life race. Yeah, I'm down for that. We have plenty of chump blockers. Let's just play Titania here. And no attacks, sit pretty. Every time we mill a land, we'll gain 2 life, so that'll help offset the opponent's Children. But it's kind of whoever hits removal first here. Looks like they didn't hit it this turn. Again, otherwise they would have cast it before taking the draw. Harvester, okay. That's 2 blood tokens. They can take out Titania now if they really want to. It's not really a big threat. They decide to go for it anyway, which is fine. There are more copies in the deck. No big deal. Okay. Bin a land, make a treasure token, Infernal Grasp. I guess we drew it after the fact, so we'll let this resolve first, doesn't matter. Alright, so we're definitely going to grasp you. We don't really have any good attacks. This could be an Urborg turn. And we'll do it now. They only have 2 mana open, so they have a Make to Spear, we can still pay for it. Okay, I think we drop you, and we just kick it once. I think we keep the treasure around. Should be able to kick it anyway, I think. Let's just kick it once. It means top decking a land allows us to play the 7 mana, 7/5 Lifelink Menace. Mill some cards. We have a 6/7. That goes through the board now. And no attacks. Let's keep Shoulder around. Okay, opponent drops 15, 13. They still haven't drawn an answer to Shoulder. We get to swing in with a 6/7 this coming turn. And maybe a 7/5 Menace Lifelinker on the way. They attack. So what is that? Burn down the house, I guess? So I think we take 1 chump block here. This is fine. And I think we see burn down the house after, maybe? Not sure. Okay, what do you have here? They give it -4/-4. It's now a 2/3, and now use removal to pick it off. Okay, we keep a Shouldered and a Rutstein. 2 mana left over. Can they pick off Shouldered? Looks like they can. Okay, a lot of resources spent that turn by the opponent. We keep the Rutstein. Could drop the Flesh Gorger. It's pretty good. Or run in 7. I think we can go for the Flesh Gorger this turn. Yeah, let's just be mana efficient. Alright. 7 mana, 7/5, Menace Lifelink. Has 5 toughness, so Brother's End won't do it. Hit him for 1 off the Rutstein. Graveyard Trespasser. Let's see what they take out of the graveyard. Take a creature, gain the life. Sure. Use removal on the Rutstein. More land for us. Okay. Swing for 7. Menace Lifelink. That really tips the race in our favor. Bed land, probably just play the Ren and 7 minus. Make him have an answer. Now we have a 6/6 and a 7/5. Fable. Okay. They can dig for answers next turn, but not this turn. This turn they'll have to chump block. It'd be nice to hit removal so they can't double block the Flesh Gorger, but we have lethal. So that's game. That should be game here. Oh, they can power up the Foundry, so it's actually not lethal. Okay, I think we still go attack all here. But they can power up the Foundry to block, double block, and then single block the other creature. They're still left with slim chances to win, but they do get a draw discard. They'd basically need a really big sweeper. This is fine. I'm not sure what they could draw here. What would get them out of this? I mean, I guess anything to trade with the 7/7 would be okay. Like if they drew Shouldered, they'd just have to take 2. That wouldn't be awful. It's another Fable. They do get another chump blocker. Okay. Well, sure. We can plus again here. We get the Underdog. That's big. That helps hit lethal this turn. Play another Argoth. Bosiju. It's not an artifact. Okay. And swing with everyone here. They They take the block there. They take 5. They drop to 1. We can besiege you one of theirs. And they scoop. Yeah. Sweet. Look at this Sultai deck go. On the play, we can keep this. Start with a tap land here. Takanuma on 2. Probably go underdog. We don't have anything in the graveyard yet for the Urborg. Okay. Underdog it is. Put it on Bant. Another tap land. Okay. Looks like 5-color shenanigans. Go ahead and attack here first. No stick. Okay. They do not have their leyline binding yet. Third land into Urza, Lord Protector. Instants and sorceries and artifacts cost 1 less. Okay. We'll take our double black mana source. And I guess just get in with Titania. Okay, just take their free block. It's fine. There's a chance they didn't block at all. Drop the Flesh Scourger this turn and Renin 7 next turn. Depopulate. Well, okay. Starting back over. I think we try the Renin 7 here. Make a 5/5. This card doesn't see a whole lot of play these days. With the beginning of invoked spare decks, this card got a lot worse because then they just pick off all your value. But maybe it'll be okay today. Bankbuster. Okay. Well, start with a plus here. See if we can mill some good stuff for the Urborg. Okay, we mill a couple creatures. That's not too bad. Bosiiju actually can pick off either the Wedding Announcement or the Bankbuster. How good is that? Pick off the Wedding Announcement seems pretty good. I think let's just go ahead and do that now. Gets rid of their blocker at least. And we go in underdog or Urborg? I'm pretty happy to go underdog here. Alright, they do get a land out of the deal, but it's fine. Go ahead and attack. We'll see if they can play a 3-power creature, power up the Bankbuster, and attack down the Renin 7, but if that's the case, we're still hitting them pretty hard each turn. They don't block. Maybe they have a 2-power creature to power up the Bankbuster with. Slogurk. Okay, they attack for 1. That's not too bad. Farewell. Okay. Well, sweeping the graveyard against our graveyard deck is not ideal. Go ahead and plus here anyway. Okay, a lot of land. Can't complain too much. Could actually just completely mill a bunch into the graveyard. I guess we'll go Shoulder plus Slogurk this time. Maybe ban everything next turn. Okay. Draw up, down to 6. Let's see, we have one more underdog in the deck. Mightstone and Weakstone. Probably -5 the Shouldered. We still have a nice Slogurk this turn. They take the draw. 1 mana open. We haven't seen any bindings yet. 2 mana open. That's scarier. Probably plus again here. Let's start with a plus. And I think let's dump a giant Urgoyf this turn. Okay. Kick it twice. It's a 9/10. We get some Slogurk counters, but not enough for lethal. Opponent had no instance there. They drop to 1. Ambitious Farhand makes 1 blocker. Look at their planes. Play out the planes. 6 mana available. It's a Wedding Announcement. Okay, 3 mana left. Actually, they have 5 total with the Mightstone. They play out backup Urza. What does it take to meld this? If you own both, we have to pay 7 to meld them. Okay, so they have 3 blockers. We do have Trample, though. And we didn't draw any gas. We could mill for the underdog, which would be lethal. But they can also power up the Bank Buster. I think milling the underdog would be lethal. We have 26 cards in the deck. Is that worth going for? We also make Slogurk bigger. But that's only if we mill lands, which you can't really do. Let's go ahead and look for the underdog here. Okay, we do not bin the underdog, sadly. We have another land. We can actually... Ooh, I wonder if I forgot this. We can mill 3 cards off of you. Let's try to hit an underdog still. Nope, no underdog. We do get another counter, though. So we're 6/6. Okay. So they have to block the Urgoyf, which means they have 5 power left, so we get in for 1. Whew, got there. Almost forgot about that sneaky land. Looks good to me. Let's keep. Opponent on enchantments. All right, this could be rough. Start with a tap land. Play Butler on 2. Okay. We're going to have some issues to deal with this game, for sure. Play either of these out. Doesn't really matter. Set up for green. Okay. Here comes a 1/2 Butler. Mill some cards. Okay. Not super helpful that turn. Probably go old Rutstein this turn. Commune with Spirits. Okay, at least they take maybe a little bit of a turn off here. Michiko's Reign of Truth. Alright, so they're going to absolutely pound us this turn. It's not going to feel good. Great. Make a giant Trampler. We can actually block you. There are no creatures down here we want to get back, though. So let's wait until we actually have one. We're going to need Shouldered out this match. Let's do old Rutstein. See if we can bin something good. Down to 12. It's not a creature. That's not what you wanted to see. Okay, they run it back with a giant Trampler. It's actually not crazy big. We'll see how much more they can put on it. Another Visitor. They're bottlenecked on green. Doesn't matter. They have the companion anyway. They put the counters there, though. Okay. We're probably forced into a chump block with the Butler this turn. Just won't get any good value out of it. I don't think we're taking 9. Yeah, I think we gotta... We'll take this jump here. It's fine. Down to 7. No creatures in the graveyard, sadly. Right, there's nothing else down there. Nope, decline. Bin a land, make a treasure token. That's not really what we needed, though. So we're probably playing out Shouldered this turn. How good is Argoth? This isn't even that helpful, right? I mean, you're pretty big if we return all lands to the battlefield. If we only chump here, 4, 5, 6... we're probably dead, though. I don't think we can get away with Titania this turn. So it might be just Shouldered and trade. I think that's our best play. Sure, this is fine. I think we just drop an underdog as a blocker. No, it's Axe. Alright, well, we'll trade Shouldered for someone. Then maybe hope Titania gets there, but nah, that's game right there. Take Shouldered, chump here, take 4, 5 damage. I guess technically we're alive, but it doesn't matter. Take that block. And take that block and take 5. But that is not going to do it. We can play Titania. It's just that, that's game. All right, I think we'll call it there. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, please consider dropping a like, a subscribe, and a comment. It helps out the channel a lot. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.